Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where apparently we don't really talk football much anymore. We just talk VAR because it's every single game now. It's getting boring, to be honest. But we're doing Chelsea versus Arsenal today, and I use my over 20 plus years coaching experience to hopefully break down the goals, give you some insights, so maybe earn your subscription, because when you subscribe, you become better inside and out. It's proven. It's because it's true. Right, so let's look at this first goal here for Chelsea. It's a handball, and it is a handball, and let me explain to you why. Let's move this on. Let's just get to the VAR decision. Rubbish. Let's just get to the VAR decision. Right, here we are. So here we are. It's travelling. This is probably a bad angle. Let's see if I can find a bit of a better one. Okay, so it's not quite as good as the other one, but let me give you the first insight into here. Does he hit the ball towards the goal? Yes. Does the hand stop the ball going towards the goal? Yes. It's a handball. It's that simple. Ball's going towards the goal, hits the hand, handball. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter about unnatural, natural position, any of that nonsense. It stops the ball going towards the goal, and the ball ends up there. It's a handball. It's that simple. Yeah, it's a penalty. Guess what happens? Up steps the wee man, smacks it in the corner. To be honest, it's quite a well-taken penalty. This is the one thing is in the Premier League. People talk about it as being the best league in the world, and that is and isn't true. There's so many arguments to have over it. But this is the real issue with the Premier League. It's pouring with rain, and anything can happen. It doesn't pour with rain all the time in Spain, in Portugal, in Italy. It doesn't. It does in the UK. That's the difference maker. The ground's awful. You can't pass the ball properly. No matter how slick the pitch is, everyone's up for mistakes. Mistakes happen. Penalties happen. Goals happen. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, so this goal is nowhere near in the world ever going to be a shot. I'll show you why in a minute, because you can see where his eyes look and what he's looking at. You can see Raheem Sterling back here on the back post, and that's where he's clearly looking for, right? He's trying to whip a ball in because he's got two runners, 1v1 here, 1v1 there. Quality, putting a left foot cross, see what happens. Doesn't, whaps the ball, bosh, somehow catches the keeper completely unawares, and it drops into the back post. Now let's look at where his eyes are when he takes this. So here's the angle you want to look at. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. He's looking to where Raheem Sterling and that is on the back post. He has no interest in looking at the keeper. He's just looking, seeing where they are, seeing where they are. There they are, there they are, there they are. Looks up, whaps, has a look. He's still looking where they are, and it drops into the net box. Mind you, quality goal. If it was me, I'd say obviously it was a shot. There was no way in the world I meant to cross the ball. That was clearly a goal. I meant to do that myself. But let's get on to the hipster goalkeeping, because the Premier League coaches genuinely don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're hipster goalkeeping. And there's going to be so many goals conceded, because there already has been this season, by people doing this. So let's get on to the goalkeeper mistakes, because there's loads in this game. Absolutely loads. So why I call it hipster goalkeeping and bad coaching is because it's you play to your conditions, you play to your team, you play to all of those things. When you start thinking, okay, I'm better than those things, you make mistakes. Right now, it's pouring with rain. There's a player charging you down. The goalkeeper's got the ball and he's trying to play it into here. There's no way on earth that is a pass with this player closing you down. That isn't. That's a ting. Other than that, let's watch what he does. Here we go. Bump. Takes too long, nicks the ball. And not only that, you can see Declan Rice comes in and shuts the angle down, makes it impossible. Yeah, the goalkeeper recovers. He's a bit lucky because the striker's crap. But other than that, that is awful. If I had an under-9s or under-10s team that did that, they wouldn't be playing for me for much longer. That goalkeeper didn't realise what they were doing, didn't assess the situation quick enough, and they made the wrong choice. I'm shocked. I can remember when we first started coaching decades ago, and we were teaching people to do this sort of stuff, and they wouldn't make those mistakes at 8 and 9. They are making that in the Premier League because these coaches cannot identify to their players when you get rid of the ball. They think playing their hipster football is way more important than conceding 4 goals. Because if that was a decent striker, he would have scored that. It would have been 3-0 and the game would have been over. But don't worry, the hipster goalkeeper down the other end is going to make up for it. Let's get on to that. Here we go. The goalkeeper's getting past the ball back. As you can see right now, Arsenal are on this side. Okay, and so is most of your team. So if I'm coaching this team, I'm immediately telling them to smash it to the other side, to my right winger, because pretty much there's 5 players here, there's five players from both sides. Get it onto the other side, and we'll try to go 1v1 and beat them with our pace on that far side. It's exactly what I'd be looking at doing and cultivating that to happen, as they've all squeezed onto that one side. But because they don't actually know what they're doing, they're playing hipster football. When we pass it out of the back all of the time, oh, my bad, there's 6 Arsenal players, so it's easy to smash the ball over there. Take a touch, roll it, and then whack it. Doesn't. Tries to play a pass into here, which is absolutely terrible. That left foot right there He should have put his foot through it and played it right over there, over everyone's heads, miles away. Gosh, gone. And then had a foot race on the other side of the field. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 the goalkeeper Arsenal players all on this side of the field. You play it to the other side of the field and you use those numbers advantages. Keeper doesn't understand that, because if he did, he would have done it. He's done a stupid ball inside here, and guess what's happened? Woo! Spodge! Off we go. And then now it's 2-1. That's awful. Absolutely awful. Terrible goalkeeping. The other reason why you want to get rid of it in that sort of situation as well is because it's pouring with rain. And you don't really want to lose your 2-0 advantage. Because if they give them a goal, they're going to get another one. But let's go on to the other rule in the Premier League. Never point your arm. Because the minute you tell someone else what to do on your team, you can see the goal. Let's have a look at that. So the problem with momentum is like people talk about 2-0 being the most dangerous scoreline in football. And quite often it is, because the other team scores a goal, they get momentum. As soon as they score the second, all of your momentum is gone from scoring your 2 goals, and they end up getting a third. I've actually been there. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to you as well if you played football or coached at a decent level. But here we go. So the ball's going out wide here. All of a sudden, this is Saka. This is their danger man. What do you want to do? Get pressure on the ball. Cucurella doesn't have pressure on the ball. He's too far away. Way too far away from here. So what does he do? He stops. He tells his other man, no, go mark over there. Well, he knows Saka's his man. He knows that this guy's not good enough. He's telling him to back off. He backs off. Oh, wait. All of a sudden now, this guy's got all the time and space in the world. Cucurella hasn't put in a challenge. This guy's not put a challenge. They've left him because he's pointing his arm, telling him to go the other way. And he hasn't, because they never listen. You've got to do what you need to do, not telling your other teammates to do. I do this thing on one of my other videos, if you've watched most of them, where I talk about 80% of the brain. And if you're using 20% of the brain to tell somebody what to do, you're not using 100% of your brain to play football. And now your thought process and your decision-making skills is hampered. Some people, it can't do that. It's a 50-50. Look at that 5. That's brilliantly drawn. It looks like a 6. Yeah. 50-50. As soon as they're thinking of something else, that's how much brain capacity they lose when they're doing these decisions. And all of a sudden, all goes into the back. And it's a smack in the corner. This other guy came on as well, captain for Chelsea, can't remember his name. He's been injured for quite a while, but I actually blame him because he was come on to fix this, shore up this little back, this right back area. Doesn't, and he played awful the whole time he was on, really, really casual. But they shouldn't have let that goal go in. But again, it wouldn't have happened if the goalkeeper wasn't playing hipster football. But there we go. Chelsea Spursying it up from a 2-0 lead. Let's have a little look at this finish because it's quite good. What's even more shocking, as I'm trying to say that this guy here should have done his job. I'm blaming the other guy, but this guy should have done his job 100% first. Look, he's right there, and he stops running. Doosh, outside the foot. Oh, good finish, mate. Good finish. I like it. But, yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. From their right back to their left back, Chelsea, both of them were asleep. And look at this guy, Cucurella. Like, he's got his arms like, oh, my God. Oh, what happened? Yeah, you told somebody else what to do, so there was 2 of you standing near one player, and neither of you did your job. Yeah, how about you just do your job? And, yeah, it'd be easier. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.